Can you guys hear me? You still can't hear? Okay, good. Sorry for this issue. For those of you that can't hear me, I'll type some stuff out. But can you put any questions you have in the live chat and I could try to answer them right now? After this conversation, I'm going to put everything on Blackboard though, so you can get all the information so you won't be lacking anything. If you already paid for Top Hat, I am going to speak to the connect that I had to make sure that you get reimbursed back. I do not want you to be paying for anything. So that $50 or whatever you paid, I'll make sure that you get a refund. So let me speak to her. I'm going to send her the join code for our class, and whoever did actually pay is going to get their money back. The videos that you want to watch on the test, I posted on Top Hat. I'm also going to post them on Blackboard for you to watch. And like 10 or 15 important YouTube videos. So it's a lot of content. But I'm not really going to be doing lectures like this online. So really, I just replaced our lectures with, I think, like important discussions. And then on the Top Hat, I will ask like a valuable question that I'd like you to write out. And then so you'll just get credit for answering those questions. And the Top Hat will organize everything in such a way where I can keep everything in one place. Top Hat is the take-home test. So you'll be doing the Top Hat online. So you can just, it's multiple choice. But you cannot leave the browser, right? So if you're on your page, if you're taking the test on your desktop, but you want to look some stuff up on your phone, that's okay. But you can't go to another tab on your desktop and look that up. I know you're going to be using your computers to find information in the internet. That's fine. I want you to get good at doing research, but you cannot leave the actual browser. So do it smart when you're going to do it. I think it's like 2 hours timed, but really you're going to have like 1 week that you can take it. But once you start it, you have to finish it. You can't start it and then leave. You have to start it and then finish it. Final, if need be. The test is mostly going to be the videos, YouTube links, and maybe certain discussions or articles, especially those articles that I gave you in the beginning, The Inevitable Empire. That's going to be the main one. If you can't hear me, don't the Blackboard. Is this the worst class that you have right now? Are your other teachers way better than me when it comes to technology? I feel bad. That makes me feel good. I really do apologize though. I thought YouTube Live would be easier. Okay, I thought I'd be better at YouTube Live, which is why I wanted to try the YouTube Live. I'm definitely not going to keep you long. I think since we're home, the focus needs to be learning how to learn at home. I myself am super lazy at home. I don't really, like, I want to just hang out with my dog, you know, like I'm in home mindset. I have to train myself not to. But that's why I'm going to give you videos. With the videos, though, it's going to be tricky. Some of you are going to go on your phones and you're going to be like on your phones while the video is happening. You have to train yourself not to do that. You have to watch it. If you catch yourself going, take some notes. But I did give you a lot of video. Algeria. So Algiers is a city in Algeria. Algeria used to be controlled by the French. In the Battle of Algiers, you will see Algerians doing fucked up shit to the French. You will also see French people doing fucked up shit to the Algerians. It is an understanding of what happens when there is war and conflict, how really all sides are somewhat wrong, right? It's a longer movie. It's like a 2.5-hour movie. But really, if you watch that movie, that is equivalent to taking an entire class and even more so. It's going to teach you about philosophy. It's going to teach you about ethics. It's going to teach you about colonialism. It's going to teach you about how far would you be willing to go to liberate your country, right? We have this mentality in America where it's like about independence, don't tread on me, right? Like Revolutionary War, like we will fucking fight. Okay, but we've never really had a fight here in the last 250 years. What would it be like if we did have a fight, in the future? And so Algeria shows that. And in fact, the Pentagon, before we went into war with Iraq, showed that movie in the Pentagon to different generals and sergeants to make sure that they were aware of what we were getting ourselves into in Iraq. Okay? So I'm going to be giving you movies, and I'm going to be explaining in the email why these movies are essential. I did not give you movies that I personally didn't watch or that I thought were too academic. I wanted to give you movies that were like deep and thought-provoking. Another movie will be Hotel Rwanda. That also is talking about things like colonialism, but it has to do with once the Belgian people left. And you had the Hutus and the Tutsis and these two individual groups that did the most horrific stuff to each other. I'm talking about going into orphanages and killing babies, right? Like really messed up things. So when you do watch these movies, sometimes you might need a moment to like catch your breath. They are dark, but I think that's what's going to be where we learn. All right, let me check out this chat. I can't do two things at once. Yeah, it'll be like a soft deadline. So you'll have like a week to take the test. But once you start the test, you have to finish. You can't do a few questions here, a few questions there. It'll just give you an incomplete. Okay, you have to go from the beginning to the end. I just put it on Monday, so it'll be easier because I figured there's going to be some technical complications. And the fact that some people have to pay, I don't want them to have to pay for Top Hat. So now I have to speak to them and make sure that you guys get refunds. I just want to make sure you have enough time to get all the stuff done, is all. The code for the Top Hat course is in the Blackboard email that I sent you. Containment was a good movie. I hope you guys watched Containment. There's a lot of things when we're younger, when we are taking stuff from these movies and these videos for the bigger picture. Because once this virus goes away, things are going to be changing very fast. I believe the number was 7 million people are out of work right now, and some people believe that number is going to be 30 million. You guys who are about to graduate, I'm curious how you feel. Are you nervous about the job market? What are you going to do when keeps blanking out? They think there will be secondary waves of the virus once everybody starts engaging again, going out to bars, going out to football games, baseball games, basketball games, going to bars and making out with each other. It's going to start spreading again. And once it starts spreading again, there's going to be bigger issues. In Italy, one of the reasons they believe that it spread so fast in Italy is because in Italy, you have grandparents, parents, children, grandchildren, all living under the same roof. It is a very familial lifestyle, right? Like the whole family lives together, where in America, you kind of move away from your parents as soon as you're old enough. And so in Italy, you had a lot of spread, especially from younger people to older people. Another thing, Italy and Spain, right? Those are number 2 and 3 in the world when it comes to meet somebody in Italy and Spain is you kiss them on the cheek. In Spain next year. I think it's kind of sad if we're going to lose some of that human connection. This is a time for introverts. There are some people that are quite happy about this. If nobody was hurt, I would actually be somewhat happy about this. I like being home. I get to spend time with my dog. Woo. There are some positives that may come of this, right? Maybe we're going to re-emphasize what's really important to us. Maybe not everything should be about the economy or politics. Maybe it should be about like love and enjoying our loved ones. If you have any specific questions for me, you can email me there, anoopdesai21@gmail.com. Someone wrote, this is China's fault. The China discussion is interesting. Some people got very mad at Donald Trump for calling it the China virus. I felt like Donald Trump was doing it to poke at China, but maybe China needs to be poked at, right? China is at the same time telling some other people in the world, oh, this was the United States' fault. And so it is a little bit messed up when we might be hurting the feelings of Chinese Americans, right? Because anytime there's a disaster, people are going to get hurt. I told you, there was Indian people that used to wear turbans, the Sikh people. People started attacking them after 9/11 because they thought they were Muslim, right? Muslim people also got attacked. Japanese Americans got put into camps during World War II, right? Which is one of the most un-American things to do. So the Chinese virus and calling it the Chinese virus or the China flu, those pangolins. And then the top cage is shitting and pissing all over the other cages. So you have all these animals covered in piss and shit. And then eventually we cook them and we clean them and we eat them, but who knows what falls through. And then so, yeah, you have these viruses that spread. If you saw containment, bats are one of the main carriers of disease. I believe Ebola came through the bat. And so then you have the bat eating something, transferring that disease to a pig, and then we eat pig, right? Now China, though, is making some certain rules where they're making it illegal in some states not to eat not to eat dogs and cats, not to eat bats. That is like an interesting discussion I would have liked to have in class. What's happening with the hospitals is also fascinating. Yeah, they eat the pangolins. The pangolins are also the people that eat some of these wild animals. I used to think it was poor Chinese people. In fact, though, they're saying it's rich Chinese people, where they think the scales of the pangolin give them a certain type of strength. It's the same thing with the rhino horn. It's the same thing with the elephant tusks. They believe certain animals and the energy from these animals can be transferred over if you eat them. If you've ever seen the movie Independence Day, some people believe the only way to unite the earth is if you have like an alien invader, something we can all fight together. Maybe a virus is like that. You know, maybe we all realize, hey, there's bigger stuff than outside of us. Let's try to fight and take over. Well, you talked about crime, triads taking over. Anytime there's chaos, people that are united will have power. Gangs tend to have more power than not. You're going to see write down some content, write down movie ideas or television ideas or poems or make videos with your friends. You have more freedom now than maybe you're going to have ever again. So try to make the most of it, right? That's why I'm not really giving you homework per se, but I'm going to be giving you movies and discussion to help you just get more and more creative. That's a good point. Bacteria is too small to hit. I believe that's one of the main reasons nobody believed this in the first place, right? Like we had this mentality and we talked about it in class, who's scared of the coronavirus? Most of us were like, it's like the flu, less people are going to die. But every day it would increase. And now look where we are. Just last week, we passed the 1 million person mark. Just yesterday, we passed 1 million people having the disease and 50,000 people dying from it. Give it a couple more days and it's going to go up to 2 million and 100,000 people dying. Many of these are old people, but there's a lot of young people too, a lot of sick people. Maybe this will change our mentality when it comes to health, you know? Okay, does anybody have any final questions or thoughts or anything? I'm going to send you guys all the videos and movies I want you to watch for the end of the year. The first 2 movies are the movies that I want you to watch. Is a tool, right? You're just drinking the Kool-Aid. By all means, you could like them, and by all means, you could say, hey, other people would not have handled this as well, but he definitely didn't do a great job, and that's obvious. You can see videos of him from January 20th saying this isn't a big deal, right? 6 weeks ago, we could have handled this a lot better, but like the rest of us in class, nobody believed this would be a big deal. And to be able to shut down the entire economy is not an easy decision to make. So whoever thought he had an easy decision is also wrong. You know, like he made some choices. He canceled travel from China to the United States early. But we live in a globalized world. Everything is interconnected. So who knows, right? So Trump definitely did fuck up. Anybody that says Trump didn't fuck up is drinking the Kool-Aid. But this was a very complicated situation. We have even dumber people, though. The governor of Georgia yesterday just said, we're going to do a lockdown now. He said, I didn't realize people could have the virus without showing symptoms. We talked about that in class 4 weeks ago. Why do we know more than the governor of Georgia? This dumb, it gives an honest mistake. Everybody that I read any amount of articles would know I can carry the disease. I don't have to show symptoms and I could give it to an elderly person. The governor of Georgia just found that out yesterday. Right? So our leaders are assholes. How long do I think it'll take back to normal? They're going month by month. They say the peak in New York should be around June. The peak in California might be in July. The problem is a lot of us have been staying home and maybe we're not getting it, but when we do go out, we're going to get a second wave and maybe a third wave. It's like an earthquake. I don't think things will be normal until the new year, 2021. Things may never be normal again, right? It might be like 9/11. The economy might get fucked. People are going to change the way they do. Yeah, people want to go back to work. People want to go back to one thing. If you wanted to go into engineering, if you wanted to become a doctor, get into medicine, nursing, just look at how this crisis might be impacting the economy. Get a head start. Do not be like some of these people that go, the economy's fucked, so I'm fucked. Maybe you can be one of these people that is not fucked. Some people have reported getting infected, but not a majority of people. I believe it's been like a few people. So they're still learning each and every day. You have to be on top of your reading so you're not reading misinformation. But they said a couple people have been reinfected. I also heard sometimes dogs can catch it, but I don't know. So I read that from one source. Do not trust your government to handle it well. Hope your government handles it well, but you should also be prepared. Don't be like these fools that are getting toilet paper. If you speak to anybody in the army, right? Like who are the people in the world that are most in danger? People in the army. They don't worry about toilet paper, right? You might have shitty asshole for a little bit. But really what you want to make sure is that you have food. So don't get eggs and milk, things that spoil in 2 weeks. Buy rice, buy beans, buy things that'll last you for months and years, right? Just saying, God forbid, everything got taken out of the stores and everything closed down. You want to have rice. A bag of rice will feed you for like 2 months, right? Yeah, they're all out of toilet paper and eggs and milk, but then there's rice and beans. Get rice and beans. You'll be fine. A hose works as well. Grass, leaves. You can figure it out. But don't be like the fools. Okay, so guys, about the top hat. Don't stress it right now. As soon as I get off this live chat, I am going to believe they're working. If you look at certain graphs of increased states, it's increasing a lot. And those are all masks. I'll send an announcement on Blackboard. Don't stress. No, so the face mask, they don't know, Michael. Some in Singapore, in Japan, and in Singapore, Japan, and South Korea, those 3 countries, they all wear face masks. And in those countries, the rate of increase of coronavirus is much less than we have here or in Italy or Spain. It's not about protecting yourself. It's about protecting others. So if I wear a face mask, it's protecting you guys in class. So this way, we're all kind of keeping everything into ourselves. Don't worry, I'm going to find out about the pay, okay? We're going to get off the thing now. Yeah, don't treat it as a guarantee. Don't treat anything as a guarantee. You want to be safe. Yeah, the surgical mask, the cloth, scarves around your face, none of them are 100%, but people do believe that it's better than nothing. Yeah, they help you from infecting others. Okay, guys, it keeps going in and out now, so I'm going to get off. But I am going to send you a Blackboard announcement, and after that, I'm going to call the top hat people. So just pay attention to the Blackboard today over the next hour and a half, and we'll move forward with the class. I hope this went well. It'll get better each week. And yeah, keep doing your best in this time of crisis, okay? All the best wishes. Have a good day. Take care of yourself, guys. Thank you for being flexible with me and dealing with the issues in the beginning. I appreciate it very much. Okay, take care. Peace.